3, and 4. So this is the Jordan count. After you do an Elmsley count, the card ends up like this, and this is the perfect situation to do a Jordan count. So I will first show you with the cards openly. So what's happening is that you first take the top card, that's 1. Then you take the second card, that is 2. Then you push those 2 on top, and then you steal the bottom card back, that's 3, and then this is 4. So if I do it closed, then it looks like this: 1, 2, 3, and 4. As you noticed, I ended up again in the Elmsley count. So you can do this in a cyclical practice mode. So you can first do the Elmsley, then the Jordan, and then you're back in the Elmsley count. So with the Jordan closed, it's 1. Then you take the second one, that's 2. You take these 2 cards and place them on top. And then you can see that everything is squared with the pinky. And then you push with the thumb the top 3 cards, and you steal the bottom card back, and then you place it on top again. So if I do that again, it's 1, 2, steal the bottom card back, and then 4. And that's the Jordan count. So this is the 2 for 2 count, single card first. What I'm first going to show you is what's happening with the 2 for 2 count with just 2 cards, so it's easier to understand. What's happening with the 2 for 2 count is that you have a single card and a block of cards, and they're going to switch places. And I will show you with 2 cards so you can get the feel and handling of how it should feel. So first try it with 2 cards and then add the other cards. So you have first the feeling how it feels, how it should be. And then when you need to do the actual count, you can focus more on that, and then you know how it should feel. So what happens is that you peel off 1 card, and then you're gonna switch them with the packet. And then this is 2, this is 3, and then you place everything, and then that is 4. So if you do that closed, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. It has a similar vibe as the top change, if you know that move. And if you don't, I will now show you how it actually looks with all the cards. So I will use this one as the single one, and then this is the block. And what happens is that you count 1, you push everything over, that's 2, and then that's 3, and you place everything on top, and that's 4. So what actually happens is that the top card went to the bottom. So if it's closed with 1 card face up, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And what's happening is that I hold the cards in the grip position, and I will peel off the single card. Now I will place the single card on the bottom, and then the pinky will use it as a stop. And now I can push the 3 cards over and then take it with the thumb. That's then 2. I do the same, so I will place everything back, and then I can peel off the single card, and then I can push the block on top again. This is like the small little details what happens, but if you actually do the count, it goes much faster. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the moving action of the thumb is really small. So it's a small movement of the thumb, but it will accomplish the same. If the cards are all face down, it looks like this. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's the 2 for 2 count with the single card first. So this is the 2 for 2 count packet first. So it is actually the same as the other one, but as the title already said, it's with the packet first instead of the single card. So this is what it looks like when the cards are open. So you push off the 3 cards, and that's 1. Then the single card is 2. Then this one is 3, and this is 4. So the packet now went from the top to the bottom, or if you do the single card, it's from the bottom to the top. So in a closed situation, it looks like this. You hold the cards in the grip, and then you push off with the thumb, the 3 cards, the packet. And then you take that as 1. Then you square them up again and peel the single card. That's 2. Square everything up, push with the thumb. That's 3, and then the single card is 4. So if everything is face down, it looks like this. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And also with this one, the movement of the thumb will get less noticed because you don't only have a small brief to grab the whole block. So when you get more advanced and when you practice this a lot, the movement of the thumb will be minimal, and then it will look like this. And that's the 2 for 2 count packet first. So here are some practice drills. What I first do is look how my normal counts look. So that is peeling off a single card every time. So that is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now I'm going to try to make sure that every count looks like this. So this is a normal one again. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now I'm going to try to do the Elmsley count exactly the same. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I will do the Jordan and the 2 for 2 count and the other 2 for 2 count. And as you can see, everything looks and feels the same. So try to make a list of all the counts plus the normal one, and try to mix them up and make a little playlist for yourself to practice. And if you do that consistently, you can see the small errors in each count. So if one count feels different than the other, you can make sure that everything looks the same. Also make sure that you orientate some of the cards face up, because in many effects they use this orientation, and now the friction of the cards act differently when they're all the same. So make sure that if you practice, also practice with the cards, some cards face up. So if you now do a 2 for 2 count and then an Elmsley count, you will notice that an effect is occurring, but this is a normal count, then this is a Jordan count, and this is the 2 for 2 count with the packet first. But what's happening here is that you get a feel of how the friction of the card is when they orientate differently. So you can also practice them like this, or in any orientation you want, so you have a good feel of how the cards react when they're not all the same. Because as I already told you, in most of the effects, some cards are orientated differently, and that is how I would practice.